The pre-cooling approach is very simple, a very simple one. It's the idea that you do want to warm up your muscles. You do want to change the way blood flow, you know, approaches those working muscles. You do want to heat up the little enzymes in those working muscles, etc., etc. All these great benefits of a proper warm-up. But one of the problems with a warm-up is that it can also raise your body temperature. And once that body temperature rises, your brain starts to regulate at that different temperature. It starts to open up blood vessels in your arms and your back to try to keep yourself cool. And now you have this immediate competition between, you know, blood that's trying to cool yourself versus blood that, you know, might be going to work. If you can trick the system a little bit by keeping it cool, keeping the core cool while you warm up the muscles, the legs, then you don't get that drift, and you actually preserve for, you know, the first part of the time trial more blood flow for working muscle than blood flow for cooling. Like, the key in making this happen or work, though, is you really have to measure core temperature. You've got to have a way where you can, you know, understand whether or not that temperature is rising, and understand if you have a protocol that allows you to keep that core temp cool. The paradox is that too much cool in a pre-cooling strategy may actually, you know, be very, very dangerous, because then you actually constrict blood vessels and you don't allow heat to escape, and you don't allow enough blood flow to come to the skin to actually help cool off the body internally. So there's a fine balance, and I think that's where the Game Ready system is really, really unique. It's the best system that we've used so far in terms of just having something that actually keeps the core temperature where we want it.
So you're monitoring core temperature then during the warm-up before before certain stages.
That's right. That's really the only way that you can do it right.
So, and how do you do that exactly?
The simplest way is to actually, you know, you could measure temperature with a thermometer, right, under the tongue. You could measure it in the ear, etc. But for us, the simplest way to do it is just to have the guys swallow a thermometer. So they swallow a little pill that has a thermometer in it, and it sends a wireless signal to a little receiver. It tells us how hot they are.
So you'll be doing that during the tour?
We'll be doing that during the tour. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And it is pretty cool, but it's actually a very simple thing. You know, you never race a car without knowing how hot the engine was getting, and so, you know, in a warm up for a time trial, etc., you want to really do the same thing.
So the average, the weekend warrior, the amateur racer, is unlikely to be swallowing pills with thermometers inside them. But what lessons from what you're doing can they apply to their own training and racing?
Well, with respect to, say, a time trial, bring a fan. You know, if you're going to warm up on a trainer, bring a fan. Airflow is still one of the best ways to keep your body cool, and airflow with ice cold water, you know, on your body is a great way. So if you were just dumping ice water on yourself and having a nice big fan blowing on you, you're going to probably do very, very well in terms of keeping yourself cool. Other side of it is drink more than you think you should, or learn to drink more than you think you should. You can learn how much you need to drink by actually just measuring yourself before and after your ride, and that weight loss should be equal to how much fluid you lose. So if you lose a kilo of water, 2.2 pounds, that's a whole liter of fluid that you should have drank, or that you need to replace.